everyone. Today we're going to be doing Module 3, Unit 2, Lesson 6, Analyzing a Character of Divided Loyalties, Act 2, Scene 2. So here are our learning targets today. I can determine the gist and the meaning of unfamiliar words and phrases in Act 2, Scene 2 of Divided Loyalties, and I can describe a character using details from the text in Act 2, Scene 2 of Divided Loyalties. Okay, so what we're going to do first is together we're going to read Act 2, Scene 2 of Divided Loyalties. So if you are doing this independently, you're going to need to pause and you're going to need to read Act 2, Scene 2. And you know what, guys? I just realized I did not put that in here. So I'm going to write that in. Module workbook. Oh, not module workbook. What am I thinking? Page 29 of Divided Loyalties. And look at my spelling. Good heavens, you guys. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, so we're going to first read Act 2, Scene 2. So everybody should be pausing and you should be reading that by yourself. You are reading through page 33. Okay. All right, so after you read that, then come back and we will work on the rest of this together. Okay, so you should have read Act 2, Scene 2, pages 29 through 33 of Divided Loyalties. Okay, so the next thing you need to do is we're going to, in class, we're going to discuss it and you're going to have to get to work independently since you have missed out. So make sure you discuss or think about any unfamiliar words. Ask a grown-up what those words might mean. Okay. And then we are moving on. So we're focusing, we know this act and scene was about the Sons of Liberty meeting and the Patriot cause, right? So we're going to be working in pages 64 and 65 of your module workbook. And in class, we're going to be doing breakout rooms. You're going to have to work independently if you're watching this by yourself. You are going to need to record the gist on page 64. So what was the gist of this act and scene? Okay. And then you are going to need to you're going to need to analyze how William and Abigail feel and think and give evidence from the text to support it. Okay. All right. So hang on. I'm going to flip over to that now. Oh, I'm going to pause you and flip over to it. Hang on. Okay, so this is your note catcher. And again, this is on page 64 of your module workbook. Okay. So independently, since you missed class, you're going to need to fill in that gist. And then you're going to need to come down to the bottom. And using Act 2, Scene 2 of your Divided Loyalties book, I want you to tell me what William thinks and feels and how you know that based on examples from the text. Also, how does William interact with others based on examples from the text? Then do the same for Abigail, please. Right? So go ahead and pause and complete pages 64 and 65, and then unpause and compare to my answers, please. Okay, so as far as the gist of what happened in that act and scene was that William and Abigail went to a Sons of Liberty meeting and they offered to help the Patriot cause. And for our characters, what they think and feel, William really wants to do whatever he can to help the Patriots. And he wants to join the Patriot Army. Okay. And how do I know that? Well, it says in the text, William says to the soldier, "I am ready to serve, sir. I can watch the soldiers and report back to you." And he also says, "I am ready to join the Patriot Army." So that's how I know those. Okay. So I'm going to kind of put some spaces. Right here for the next one for Abigail, she says, she wants to be a patriot and she wants to do more than just knit socks. Sorry, you see I'm fixing errors as we go. She says to William, "I want to be a patriot as much as you do. I don't want to just knit socks like the other women." And when the soldier says he doesn't need her, she says to him, "Women are fighting for your cause too, sir." And that should say cause, C-A-U-S-E, cause. "I can watch the soldiers and report their movements." All right, so there's our quotes or info. So you should have all that recorded on pages 64 and 65 of your module workbook. Okay. And in class, we're going to discuss all that together. And then we're going to do one last check in, and we're going to write a character reaction paragraph for William together. Okay. So in class, we're going to be writing this together, discussing what we wrote on page 65 of our module workbook. That's what we're going to use to base this off of. Remember, we need to include the title and author of our text. We need to include the gist and other important information. All right, so here is that paragraph that is completed. I'm sorry, here we go. So I've already written this. So this is what we will be doing together in class. In Act 2, Scene 2 of Divided Loyalties by Gare Thompson, William and Abigail go to a Sons of Liberty meeting to help and offer to help the Patriot cause. Okay, so that's our gist and all of our other important information. And then here's support for that. William, because we're analyzing William, right? William really wants to do whatever he can to help the Patriots. He says to the soldiers, I am ready to serve, sir. I can watch the soldiers and report back to you. He also wants to join the Patriot Army. He says, and I am ready to join the Patriot Army. William and Abigail are both keen to help the Patriot cause. Notice here we restated our gist that they want to help, and we are kind of summing up our paragraph nicely. All this stuff in the middle, that's all of our support and proof for what happened in the gist of the text. Okay. All right. And that is it today. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful afternoon, evening, whatever time it is when you're watching this.